Hello everybody, this week on the Patreon we're discussing grape growing and wineries.
How dare you steal my intro? Anyway, this is now, yes, this anime yay or nay. I don't know anything about wine. How could you do that? I am completely off now. Whatever. Someone else? Does anyone else want to run the show? Sorry, I'm the Outback Al.
Saiki K this week.
I'm the Outback Al.
I'm Yin&Jung.
I'm Chibi
I'm Envy Jitters.
I'm CheerandCosplay.
And I'm Kozi.
Ugh, everything just feels wrong right now.
I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting you to go with that.
Well, congratulations, CC. You have officially made this the worst episode ever. People can click off of it right now. Nothing's good's gonna happen. It's which is such a shame. It's such a shame because we watched the really fun anime called The Disastrous Life of Saiki K this week.
It's probably fitting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty disastrous episode so far, so...
I feel exactly like Saiki, just dealing with... so much.
If you felt like Saiki, you wouldn't be drawing attention to yourself. And
No,
what would
that's
you do
true.
then, Al?
Realistically, I would monologue to myself, which is basically what I'm doing anyway right now. So, yeah. Who's seen this before or has heard of this before? I know we watched it.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've heard of it. I've seen it cosplayed, but this is my first time seeing it.
Okay.
Yeah, first time watching it. I did see it on Netflix as a thumbnail, but I've never clicked on it before this.
I believe I've seen a few memes from it.
I watched it when it
Fun.
first came out.
Oh, fun.
Like, CC asked if I needed a refresher. I'm like, oh, it's only been like a decade.
Yeah, I guess this is a little bit older, isn't it?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I used to mix it up
We
with
don't
that
even
other...
have, like, our fact sheet pulled up. When did this
I
come
have
out?
one or two through 2016. The manga
Oh, okay.
came out in 2010, and the original animation was a Flash animation online,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and that came out in 2013. So technically, it's the 10-year anniversary of that.
It kind of still looks like a Flash animation a little bit.
A little bit.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of exactly what they did for House Husband.
No, it
Yeah.
is not.
It's
No.
close,
It-
but it's
It
not
is
as bad.
not.
Like,
I can see
it
why
just
it
sort of
reminds you of it.
reminds me a little bit of it, but also just sort of like format-wise.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
yeah,
You know
format
what?
wise.
Maybe
Yeah.
season 2 of House Husband.
It's kind of like probably a 6-panel sort of manga as well.
I think a little bit more than that, but because
Really?
because I'm trying to think of like some of the jokes that were in like Monthly Girls Nozaki. That was like a 4-panel manga because you actually like gave those to me to read. I think this one might be a little
Yep.
bit longer, but they're very short, probably like 2 to 3 page
It's-
chapters.
Yeah, it's got to be
Kinda
something
deep.
like that.
Yeah, it is. I would say it's very rapid fire.
Mhm.
Yeah, which I like.
Honestly,
but-
I went through the first episode and I didn't even know that the second one had started until I was midway through and checked the timestamp, and I was like, wait, what?
Oh,
kinda
yeah, we
short,
ended up
too,
watching
right?
like 5 episodes.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a very easy one to get into. But like, maybe we should ask, like, what did everybody think about it?
Come to me last.
Okay.
Wow, you have some thoughts.
Wow, okay. I mean, Al, you and Yin watched it first.
It sounds more
So-
like Kozi watched it first, but I can go
Or
first.
Watched it when it was
whoever
coming
wants to go.
out.
Yeah.
I can go. I love this show.
Yeah.
I've loved this show for a long time now. I just find it really funny, and I like all the characters. Like the side characters are really fun. The main character, I like his shtick. Everybody kind of has a shtick, and it's kind of predictable, but in a really fun way. I don't know. I just have such a good time with this show. I think the animation's kind of wonky, but like I get over it. It's not like House Husband where it totally turned me off. I don't know. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I find this show really funny.
I'm trying to think of how did we find it?
It was just on Netflix.
Yeah, but like, there's a lot of things on Netflix. What about it stood out? I'm wondering if like maybe it like played
It was
part of the
pretty
trailer.
big.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it's kind of popular.
I've never been the person to be like, oh, this is popular, so I'm going to watch it.
I don't
Yeah.
remember what brought us to it. I feel like it was just, it started playing like a little Netflix
It played like a little
ad.
preview thing. We were like,
Yeah.
oh, that's too funny.
And
Let's
it
try
was
it.
just fun. I don't know. Like, I was pretty hooked pretty quickly with this
You
one.
know, just
And the dub's
shooting
great.
a thought out there. Could this have been on the roster for Anime Club?
No,
to be
definitely
voted
not.
on.
I don't think so.
wasn't.
No, this would have been like much later. I think at least like
It would have been when me and Chibs were like our senior year. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
that was
definitely
when
didn't
this
watch
came
it
out.
in Anime Club. We just watched it on our own. But
Cece, was this your first time?
Yes, this was my first time.
What did you think?
I liked it. I thought it was really funny. Like, I did see the third episode end and was like, I'll just let it keep playing. I'm enjoying this. I do think the main dude is a little bit of a bitch. Like, he kind of gets annoying at
He's
sometimes,
definitely a
just
bitch.
how much he hates everything.
wow.
But overall, it's funny.
I don't know. I'm kind of a big fan of the sarcastic narrator trope, but
Yeah.
I feel like only when it's done well. To be fair, I don't think there's like too many things that do that.
hey, he loves his like dessert. What is it? Coffee jelly?
Coffee
he
jelly.
loves his coffee
Yeah.
jelly. So that's one thing.
Envy, you wanted us to save you for last. What are your thoughts?
I hate to say it, I didn't care for it that much.
Oh dear.
First episode, I didn't like, maybe because I didn't know what I was expecting. Second episode, I thought was a little bit better. I had some laughs. Third episode, I thought was okay. Maybe it just for like I like the main character Saiki. I like his dynamic and his powers and his goal of trying to be normal when he's not. But I don't know. There's just something about the fast pace of the show and the humor that for some reason just wasn't working for me. I just can't really explain it. I totally get it if people like this show, and a lot of people did. So no, props to them. It just wasn't for me.
I get that.
Andy, I didn't like it either.
Oh,
Oh, I was gonna say like I don't think Kozi and I have given our thoughts yet.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
I kind of
Yeah.
figured
No,
when
no.
you said you watched it when you came out, I thought that gave an indication that you liked it, but I guess
No.
not.
No. Like, I like the humor in it, but I don't like the short form content. Like, I like things to have just like a little bit of an overarching story and to not completely fall apart if you pick at just one tiny little thing.
What do you pick at?
So
Now you got me curious.
there's so many things you could pick at in this show. Like, there's so many plot holes, which they could then just turn around and be like they can go back and retcon it, but like, it's just like little things that like fall apart. He's like, I can only teleport every like 5 minutes. And then he's seen like teleporting all over later in the show with like no time in between.
Well, to be fair, I don't know the way. I think I know what you're talking about. This is the episode with the cockroach. I don't know that he said how long of time there was between his jumps.
I
Yeah, he
think
might
he
have,
did
like,
mention he
sat down
can't
for-
do it like within a certain amount of time. He said he has to recharge, I think. I could be wrong, but I do remember there being like an instance in where he was like, okay, I teleported. Now I can't do it again.
It does feel a little bit like it's one of those like he is all powerful, but we're going to limit the power just so we can have moments of that are like actually funny.
Yeah, no. And they'll definitely like, again, I don't know what was actually assigned because I don't know when episodes ended.
Okay, I'm going to be real with you.
Well, at least
I
know
don't
what
think
you're
it
talking
matters because the show has been out. It's had 4 seasons. And, it's a comedy. I think you can spoil things if you want to.
No. It's more like, will you guys get it because you didn't rewatch or
Oh, I saw the
watch
whole thing.
for the first time? Okay.
Yeah, at least me and Al will get it.
So, like, the episode where he's like, oh, yeah, everyone in Japan has funky hair colors because I decided that. And they all heal because I decided. Like,
that
that's,
was
like,
weird.
retconning stuff that's, like, abnormal from earlier episodes.
I kind of like that. Because it kind of just
Yeah,
establishes,
no.
hey, the world... Hey, things are ridiculous in this world because they're ridiculous in this world. And... Don't worry about it. Yes, all your falls, when your clothes get ripped, they fall in specific ways to not reveal anything that the audience isn't allowed to see. Kind of thing.
No, that's what I'm saying. So, like, any little, like, inconsistency, they can later, like, retcon to be like, oh, yes, I brainwashed everyone into thinking this is normal. So, like, it's never really, like, it can fall all the way apart because they can always default back to he is, all powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just, like, the little things. And again, like, I really don't like the short form content.
I kind of get that. I mean, it's not, like, for everybody all the time. It kind of worked for me because I think I do kind of enjoy the rapid-fire style humor. What this honestly reminds me kind of the most of is One Punch Man a little bit. Except One Punch Man usually had a full plot for every episode.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say there was more. There was still more structure to an episode, and
It had, like, a overall story.
Yeah.
And
like, it
plus,
was
I
going
think
somewhere.
And plus, Saitama, to me, was like the only character that was, the self-parody. Every other character felt like it felt naturally. It wasn't a parody, which made Saitama's actions work for me, because it's a
Even
parody
Sonic?
character in a straightforward world.
I think that kind of makes this sort of like the inverse of that. It's the straightforward character in the parody world.
Yeah, a little bit.
That being said, that could put the balance off for some people, and it wouldn't work then.
It can come off as a little bit over the top. I'll just go into my thoughts on it. I think it was a bit mid. I thought, like, some of the stuff was kind of interesting, but I kind of was sort of losing a little bit of interest because everything was going by so fast. I couldn't really focus on anything for too long because it would start, I'd look away for, like, maybe a minute and then it'd be over. Which is kind of hard with, like, sort of getting things, like, sort of established. Because, like, if we're not going with, like, longer episodes and I'm unable to, like, really follow a plot, if it's all just sort of there, for laughs, because most of it's, like, short form. Particularly if we have multiple short forms in, like, one episode, that's not great for me. If we could have, like, maybe had it be, like, multiple short episodes, like, little clips, that would have been better, because then at least, like
how do you mean?
So, you know how they'll do, like, 2-minute shorts or, like, 6-minute shorts for, like, anime things sometimes?
You mean like bumpers?
Yeah. And they'll do that, and, like, they'll have, like, a very tiny opening, very tiny ending, but in the middle of that is, like, a little bit of, like, a bit of a chapter from, like, whatever manga they're adapting.
Yeah, so something that was, like, self-contained.
Yeah, because then I'm not really getting lost, and I feel like because some of it's more just not necessarily even me getting lost, but, like, there's just so much going on. I'm just kind of like,
So you'd rather this be, like, every single one? Because, like, the first episode had 5 individual episode story pieces to it. So you'd rather each of those be released on its own as, like, a 4-minute thing?
Yes.
I could understand that from a consumability kind of thing, because...
Yeah, because I'm just like, this is way too much information to take in. Especially if we're trying to establish these characters and this world that they're all in. And granted, this is more someone who likes things a little bit more serious when it comes to, like, the content they consume, and this is more of a comedy.
Yeah.
But even then, I'm not really finding it very comedic, and maybe it's just the fact that, like, sometimes deadpan works really, really well for me, and sometimes it just doesn't land quite right, and I think this just didn't land quite right, and I'm not really sure why. But let's just say I was like, this is something I could throw on in the background and, like, have it just sort of play. But am I going to retain any of it? Probably not. Which is not great.
I feel the opposite way. I don't think you can, like, just half watch this thing. Otherwise, you will literally get nothing.
No, because I literally did that with the first episode.
Yeah,
I turned away for like 5 minutes because I was trying to get my dinner ready, and like I completely missed a couple different things. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, I hate to say it. That's probably the reason that you didn't enjoy it was like, yeah, it is very rapid fire, but that means you can't really like be doing other things, unfortunately.
When I actually sat down to watch it, like when I was eating my dinner, I still wasn't retaining much.
Yeah, neither me or Cece were like fully attentive to it.
I mean, I'm not attentive to anything. I'm playing Genshin right now.
I feel like the reason Cece enjoyed it so much is because it was something to put on in the background.
Yeah, I feel like you can kind of watch it that way because most of the jokes are verbal and everything.
Yeah, you don't have to be like fully invested because at any point, if you look up and you've missed what had happened, you just gotta wait like a minute and you're just gonna get a completely new snippet.
Yeah.
I'm almost feeling like Cece's that, who was the guy from Memento who loved watching commercials because they couldn't retain, like, short-term memory?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think you guys all have some pretty valid criticism here. I still really enjoyed it.
I definitely liked this more when I was younger. So I'm wondering if, like, age has something to do with it. I'm tired now.
I mean, that could have something to do with it. I don't know. I kind of enjoy the rapid fire kind of thing.
I think it's just, like, sense of humor kind of thing.
Yeah, I enjoy the deadpan, straight man, weird people comedy kind of stuff. And there's so many weirdos in this one.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. And they're all their own particular flavor of weirdo. So it really worked for me on a lot of levels.
I love the guy with his theme song.
Oh, God, yeah.
Every time.
Hang on.
You don't like Bug Guy?
The what?
The guy who's dramatic and acts
Shun
like he's an
Kaido,
anime
the jet black wings.
Yeah.
He's got protagonist syndrome.
Yeah. What's his song?
I don't care, but do you want to, like, read my fortune or whatever? Not that it matters.
I kind of like the Terahashi, the girl.
The perfect pretty girl.
Yeah, like, it
I love her, too.
She gets, like, so weird as it keeps going.
Yeah.
It's just bizarre.
I just love how she, like, has to make him love her, but he has no interest.
Yeah.
This just popped into my head, but, like, that whole segment just kind of reminded me of that episode of Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy lost his emotion, so Trixie was like, I'm ignoring you. Stop it! I said I'm ignoring you! Quit ignoring me, because I'm ignoring you!
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, it's like that's the whole character. Well, I guess Trixie was that whole character a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. The one section that really caught my attention was the one with the parents, and they're trying to, like, reconfigure the furniture for the bedroom.
Oh my god, they're so dumb.
That was, like, the one I was just like, oh god, I just moved into a new place and tried to reconfigure all of my furniture. I'm like, I'm feeling this right now.
If only you had a psychic who could help you.
Are you doing something stupid like putting the head of your bed against the closet and being like, oh no, wait, I can't get to my closet?
No. That's like one of the few things I'm like, I have to be able to get to the doors.
There's one brain cell in that marriage and they have to split it.
Yeah.
I felt kind of bad too for that one girl, Chiho, who had a crush on Saki, and he's like, yeah, no, you're not going to like me. Both figuratively and literally. I'm going to do everything I can to ignore the shit out of you.
He's super ace.
Yeah.
Yes.
They never actually never confirmed it, but I think like the wild fan theory online is that he's like Ace Arrow. So like, he wants nothing to do with.
I could see.
Yeah, he wants.
I don't even know that
romance.
is a theory. Like, I mean, he straight up is just like, I don't think there's any possibility of you ever wanting any sort of romantic thing ever with anyone at any time.
I was gonna say, doesn't he, like, not have emotions or anything?
I mean, I think he has emotions, mostly frustration.
But I don't think he has, like, feelings for anyone, like, romantically. I think he, like, deep down likes his friends, but...
Yeah.
As to the no emotions, like, I feel like he just experiences, usually, like Al said, frustration, disgust, like, when people, like, are actually paying attention to him.
I mean, I think...
Fear. I feel like there's an element of fear in there.
I think they bring up that, like, he can see through people, but it's like, so all he ever sees of people is, like, their muscles and
Oh yeah, that's
bones.
right. Yeah.
So it's like, no, I don't really have a whole lot of sexual feelings for anyone if this is all I've ever seen my entire life.
Yeah, that is valid.
Just meat.
Yep. You guys are walking sacks of meat that never shut up.
Oh! Okay, yes, so, like, another thing they kind of retconned in, which is actually probably a better example, where he's like, oh, if I touch anything, I can, like, see everything that has ever happened to it.
Psychometry?
And they're like, I have just,
gloves.
I've been wearing gloves this entire time. Like, it's such a stupid thing to, like, retcon in.
It doesn't sound like a retcon, because was there anything to suggest that he wasn't wearing gloves
I
before?
laughed so hard.
It is
so
funny.
silly.
I feel like that would have been easier to, like, show, or at least, like, explain away in, like, a manga when you can't really see colors.
I mean, they were super, super thin, transparent gloves.
I think it's just one of those things where it's just
And
not
he
serious at
couldn't
all.
see the entire history of those super, super thin, transparent gloves.
I'm sure his brother made them or something. Oh yeah, he has a brother at some point. That will come up.
Yeah. That's
Do,
You
kind
don't
of a
say the
retcon,
parents
too.
couldn't stay off of each other?
Really? Yeah. Honestly, the surprising part is that he doesn't have any other siblings beyond that.
Yeah.
Do they ever explain the antenna on his head or whatever the hell he wears on his head?
Yeah.
The brother.
Yeah, they keep his powers in check because they are constantly growing no matter what, and if there could become a situation where he's sleeping and he thinks about the house exploding and it just explodes without him consciously doing it.
Gotcha.
So, keeps himself in check.
I wonder if those are similar to, like, what Anya has on her head.
I don't know, what does Anya have on her head? Are those inhibitors
Like the
of
little-
some kind?
The little cones. I don't know what they are.
I just
It's
thought it was
just
an aesthetic,
accessories.
yeah. Yeah, they're for a purpose. We haven't talked about Nendo.
I know
the
you
friend.
love Amanda.
He's fantastic.
You want to talk about a himbo? He's literally the definition of a himbo because literally Saiki, that's like the one person Saiki can't get a read on because he's that dumb.
I don't think they got to, you might not have gotten to it, but he also can't read the minds of bugs because they're just too small, which is why bugs freak him out because they're unpredictable.
Huh.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, so it's bugs and Nendo. So canonically, Nendo has equal to or less of intelligence of a cockroach.
I love that
Wow.
he saw a cockroach, so he teleported himself to Texas. He's like, a cockroach. And he came back, and then Nando appeared at his house. He was like, Nando! And teleported himself to Brazil. I like the jock guy.
Oh,
yeah, he's
yeah.
fun. He's fun.
I really want to know how his dick is still intact.
Who said it is?
Like, he's dive bombing and those pants are going straight down, which means the dick is definitely scraping the ground there.
He's a tough guy. He can handle his dick scraping on the ground.
That's
I
his
know that,
superpower.
but...
That whole dodgeball sequence where, Saiki's trying to basically judge his popularity scale. Oh, I don't want to be too popular because I don't want to get attention, but I don't want to be too unpopular where, I don't want to seem like a loser. Just, I have felt that before. That kind of spoke to me a little bit, that meter. I have felt about that in junior high, in middle school.
I need to be unbelievably mid.
Honestly, hey, you know what, Chibs? You said his show was mid. I think Saiki would take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
That's what he was aiming for.
That's right. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't even look at me.
Why are you watching the show? Like, you could be watching literally any other anime right now.
I could be
See,
watching
look,
Wednesday.
we've balanced it out with opinions.
Trying to look at some of these other ones. You guys didn't get to see the other psychic who knows about him, who can see ghosts.
We
Oh,
did.
I mean, that's because it was the cliffhanger for episode
Yeah.
3, so...
Yeah, he just wants to get rich off being psychic, but he doesn't know how.
Also, get girls.
Yeah, goes with the territory.
And when I say get girls, I mean commit actual crimes against women.
Yeah,
Oh.
honestly.
Yeah, he's bad. Trash.
Bad news.
He literally showed up the minute Saiki was done reading the letter. I was like, why send a letter?
Also, ghosts are attracted to Saiki and also, like, low-key sexually assaulting him from the dead.
I mean, they were just rubbing a butt in his face.
And
were they really rubbing a butt in their face? When they can't be there or feel it or do anything?
Yes.
Gross.
We're not going to argue semantics of, like, does consent still count if you're a ghost?
Yes, it does.
Especially after Saiki's like, well, get him to stop. And he's like, oh yeah, he stopped. And he was actually doing it harder and closer.
I am trying to look through, like, some of these other ones. There's a couple that have to do with, like, the coffee jelly thing that he likes. There's some kid who thinks he's a superhero.
I love the coffee jelly episode. That was good.
Yeah. They go to a school trip to Okinawa, and things go horribly, horribly wrong, as they always do. What does he teleport them to space or something? Because someone took out one of his headpieces?
Yeah, something like that.
Let's see. Bunch of times other people try to fall in love with him again and again, and he's like, why is this happening to me? Oh, the tsundere grandpa?
Yeah.
There's a tsundere grandpa.
It was weird, but kind of funny.
So, like, define tsundere grandpa like he doesn't love his grandson, but secretly does.
Now, he acts like he doesn't like anyone in his family, but secretly he really does.
Well,
He's related to the parents. They're weird.
So true.
is he the mom's father or the dad's father?
The moms, I think.
Doesn't matter, they're both weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the dad's more weirder than the mom, at least from the 3 episodes I saw.
I think he's stupider.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
I don't think he's more weird. I think he's just more dumb. Like,
Okay.
you said only Bugs and Nendo. I think he can't really read his dad either.
Oh, no, he absolutely can. We've heard his dad's thoughts.
No. But can he really? Can he understand those thoughts?
He literally can, because he projected their thoughts to each other in the first episode.
He
I
can
just don't
read
think he
them,
wants
but he
to
can't understand them. He's
I just
not
don't think he wants
digesting
to.
them.
Yeah, no, he definitely
He's a
doesn't want to.
teenager.
He's
So,
like, why are you like this?
yeah. So, the dub, I actually think was really well, and I think, like, a lot of the comedy works. The problem is you always have, like, subtitles on your TV. The
Yep.
subtitles don't match the dub.
Not at all.
On
They never
Netflix.
do. I
Which
have
is-
to turn them off.
It is kind of funny, but it's also, like, kind of annoying.
I'm gonna say, I'm surprised Netflix didn't, like, translate, like, a lot of, like, the written stuff.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
kind of
That
weird.
was weird.
But to be
Netflix
fair-
tends to do that. It kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, and they also don't shell out money to dub stuff that they did not have an involvement in creating, which is why seasons 2 and 3 and the rest of the show aren't dubbed. And never will be,
Oh.
very likely. Which is a
Yeah.
real shame.
Wow.
Actually, hold up. I think season 4 was dubbed, but it was dubbed by a different cast, unfortunately.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
they changed the main guy.
Yeah.
screw Netflix just because of everything that's going on right now, but, like, fuck.
Yeah.
Did they, like, produce it?
I don't think they did it. I don't know. Hang on.
I mean, it's been on Netflix forever, so I don't.
Yeah.
It might have.
Yeah, they acquired the rights to it early, though. So if a different company is the one who had dubbed it prior
Yeah, I
to
think
that.
I think that's exactly what happened, and then all the subsequent stuff was under Netflix's control afterwards, and they just didn't go with it.
Gotcha.
That's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, honestly, because like we started watching like season 2 or something. We were like, this does not have the same flavor anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and it was
Oh.
real unfortunate.
Yeah, because if you stop dubbing, like, you stop localizing a lot of the jokes.
And yeah, so I don't know, Kozi, how far you went into this, but yeah, as soon as you get to season 2, or if you like watch the subtitles, the jokes are there. They just don't translate as well. So the comedy doesn't come through as much. So really, I think the thing I like about the show the most is the dub. And like the jokes they were making.
You know, that's really fair
Right.
because it's translated literally for an American audience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's stuff that is jokes and funny in Japan that, like, we don't have the cultural understanding to be like, why is that funny?
Or there's language differences that have to be accounted for. Like, episode... You guys probably watched through episode 5. The last part of episode 5 was a fire drill, and...
Oh, we didn't get all the way through it. We went to bed.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was a fire drill, and essentially there's like there's an acronym, SOS. What was the actual thing?
Save our school?
No, but it was like what you're supposed to do. God, I forget what it is. Something orderly, silent, safe, orderly, silent, something like that. It was like, hey, everybody... It's essentially being like, everybody walk out in an orderly fashion. And obviously in Japan, it's not SOS, it's something else. But the whole episode, everyone keeps like coming up with a new version of SOS. What does it mean now? It means this, or this. And it gets more and more complicated and off topic and weird as it keeps going. And you need English for that joke to work, because you have to translate it somehow, because otherwise, whatever puns you're making, whatever, like, wordplay you're trying to make is not going to translate through the subtitles at all, because things that start with the same letter or word in Japanese might not be the same in English.
Yeah, completely different.
It would not have worked. So, yeah, there's certain things like that, but, yeah. Outside of that, I think like the majority of this would probably still work, at least as far as like the physical humor, the kind of like weirder, crazier stuff. But sometimes when it's a lot of verbal jokes, it might not land as well with the subtitles and that. So, but yeah, I don't know. It just didn't catch me to keep going, unfortunately. That being said, there apparently is a live action movie, which we are definitely checking out at some point. I don't know about the rest of you.
Know.
We're finding out.
Is it a movie or is it like a stage play? Because I think they had one of those.
It's a live action comedy film.
Movie.
Okay.
Which, hang on. There's a quote here. Rachel Chung of the South China Morning Post found the film to be overacted. It may be funny for the first time, and maybe the second, that the sweet 19-year-old actress Hashimoto imitates the exaggerated facial expressions of her anime character, but when it happens for the 10th time, it becomes quite boring, if not irritating. I'm down for that.
I want to see how irritating it can get.
It definitely sounds like
I do understand like 10 times, but like most people are not actually going to watch it like 10 times
Probably
in a
not.
row.
No, I think it's just in one movie. Like they do the same.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like thing for like one-for-one adaptation, but at the same time, also maybe a trash fire. But both of those sound fun. I don't know.
Is it? God, I hate even having to ask. Is it a Netflix live adaptation movie?
No, we would have heard of it at that point.
It's a Japanese movie. Like
you know what? I think it'll actually be okay then.
Speaking of, because I know you're the fan, have you seen One Piece yet?
No, but that's what we're watching next week.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Do not.
Nope, that's it. End of episode. Bye.
Okay, all right. Do we want to do that instead?
No.
You put it out there.
I want to.
You put it out there.
No, please, no. I've seen GIFs. I don't want to see more.
Well, hold up now.
I actually heard it was actually pretty good, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like I hear people are saying it's actually pretty good.
That's what I heard too.
We got a couple things coming up. Just, you know what? Let's put this to a vote then.
Okay.
Group vote. Because originally we had, and we might as well, hang on, before we do this. Final verdict. Saiki K. I feel like we're at that point. I'm a yay.
I'm going to give it a yay.
Yay.
Meh.
You opened this can of worms.
Yeah, you opened this can of worms.
Also give it a
Now
meh.
lying in it.
Analogy.
What's your call on
just
Saiki?
Meh.
Meh.
Like,
Okay.
if you want something just, like, fun to have on in the background, like, it's a good watch, but...
Yeah. Okay, so, because we kind of discussed it before, and it brought up a number of times during the Collect Them All tournament, because it was the better Zoids. We were discussing watching Zoids New Century for next week.
No, that's what I want.
So there's that option. Or we could go with Kozi's suggestion
I
of
swear to
One
fucking
Piece.
God, I will quit the podcast and never come back. And if I'm
What?
gone, I can drag Cece with me. And then what are your weekly recordings gonna look like?
I don't know. Exactly like they were before you were here. I mean, we've done this. You can't threaten me.
I totally can, because half the time we're the only ones available because we have no life.
Well, hang on. Let's see here. So, One Piece apparently has how many episodes?
It's 8 1-hour episodes.
It says 10 here.
Oh, there's 8. I checked on Netflix the other day.
Well, then what
I
is
could be
9 and
wrong,
10
though.
on here? Or are they not
Oh,
releasing?
never
Maybe
mind.
they're not out.
Weird. All right, well, whatever. We wouldn't watch all of them anyway. So, gonna put this to a vote. Who would like to watch Zoids next week?
I do.
As hilarious as it is, I am so tempted to vote for One Piece just to make Kozi suffer, but
No, I will legitimately not.
I do want to watch Zoids. Yes.
Okay, so we have CC's for Zoids. Kozi, where are you
Zoids.
voting? Zoids.
Zoids.
All right. Chibs, what are you voting? Zoids or One Piece?
I don't give a shit.
Envy.
Chibi,
Really
that
don't
doesn't work.
care.
Chibi,
Envy?
that doesn't work.
You know what?
We'll
I'm
come
just
back.
gonna go with what's easier for me to get a hold of. I'll watch One Piece.
Okay.
Why the fuck not?
Envy?
I mean, come to me last.
You are last.
No.
No. Okay, Yin.
Yin.
I really want to see how bad it is. I love to hate watch things, even though I know it's
I'm gonna
terrible.
throw it out there. We can still hate watch it. We don't have to do an anime podcast on it.
Oh,
That's
we could
fair.
do a binge of it over Thanksgiving, like we did for.
Maybe we should
Uh,
just binge it.
Bebop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can get drunk and we will have
We
food
can
and
get
I can
drunk.
walk away if I want to.
You know, we're going to a convention over the weekend. We could just do that.
I think we'll have better
We don't need
things
to
to
ruin the
do.
convention.
What's your vote?
I don't know. I could definitely binge it with everyone. That might be more fun.
I do think that would be the more fun watching experience.
Yeah.
Just do Zoids at this point.
All right, we'll do Zoids. We should.
Well,
all
you
binge
bunch of
One Piece.
indecisive bitches.
How is that indecisive? We came to a decision.
No. You two came to a decision and everyone else was like, ah. Okay,
Well, what's your
fine.
vote?
I was going to vote
We
for
got
One
them to
Piece.
compete.
Because I thought it'd be funny.
Yeah.
Well,
But,
now
Look,
we can watch
we're
it
doing
drunk.
Zoids. We'll do Zoids. I'll try to find some other place to put in One Piece somewhere. But, yeah.
Though this would be the better time for One Piece since it just came out.
Honestly, yes. Yes, it would.
Okay, maybe we'll do a bonus episode.
I am not editing a bonus episode. We're either doing this or the other thing.
Patreon.
Patreon.
Nope, we don't have that right now.
We could just watch one episode of both.
We're not going to get the full flavor of it. Well, could get the full flavor of One Piece out of that. Not Zoids, though.
Oh. All right.
Well, I'll record a bonus episode without you, Al.
Well, good luck putting it up on my channel, which you have no access to.
Oh, but we have access to the Discord.
Cool. All right, so it looks like we're doing Zoids, but hey, if you want to get in the comments and tell us to watch One Piece instead, you go right the fuck ahead. Anyway, we're going to be continuing on with this up until Halloween, whenever we start doing some other stuff for spooky season. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to
Al,
a couple other
can I
things
ask
coming
why
up.
you brought One Piece up in the first place?
Because of you.
You did.
Yeah,
No,
I just wanted to know.
You
Did you
started.
watch anything? Did you watch any of
Okay.
it? Did you have any thoughts on it? I wasn't going to make it a whole thing, but you clearly
Okay.
wanted, like, we're making it a whole thing.
I was just wondering why that was an on-recording thing versus like a we
Because
are
it's
talking.
it's topical.
Topical.
Yeah.
It's topical. You've seen
It
it.
just came out. I was like, hey, did you watch it? Did you have any thoughts yet?
It's anime related.
Yeah. As close as Netflix adaptations can be related to anime.
It feels very much like Patreon content.
No,
But-
I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah.
You're
so,
wrong. That is absolutely main feed content.
100%. This is
No.
exactly what this podcast is about. This is honestly making me want to watch it more and more.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
Do I-
anyways.
Do I make a judgment call and just say, screw it, we're watching One Piece next week?
Okay, only if we can find a time to all get together and binge it.
No, we're probably just going to have to watch one episode and then just talk about that. Because we got to record early this week because we got the convention coming up.
Oh, freaking
But-
right.
Yep. So,
Yeah, that doesn't work.
oh
That
well.
totally doesn't work.
Maybe the week after, we'll see what happens.
Well,
All right. Well, Zoids next week, it has apparently been decided. Zoids New Century. Let's be clear, because it was the better version that we weren't able to use for the Collect Them All tournament, because we said something about use the first version of whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, come back, watch that, have a good time, maybe have a good time. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a good time. Do whatever you gotta do to have a good time, and we'll do what we gotta do to have a good time. Maybe watch One Piece. Who knows? Anyway, we'll see you guys around. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoy this video, give us a like, and if you haven't already, check out some of our previous episodes, our daily gaming videos, or our parody series Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!